The last few weeks have been pretty volatile for the crypto market. We saw Bitcoin have a massive crash, dropping from $30,000 per coin down to $25,000 per coin. We saw the fear and greed index reach fear for the first time in weeks, and there was countless articles coming out about how this is the longest bear market in history, how maybe things are going to get worse, and a lot of FUD. But now things have entirely flipped. In today's video, I want to talk about a few major technical signals for the market, what you need to keep an eye out for, as well as the major news that came out and why we're seeing the entire market rally. So right now, the entire crypto market is up 5% for the day. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, BNB, XRP, everything is in the green because of major news that came out from Grayscale saying that Grayscale has officially won the SEC lawsuit. And ultimately what happened is, according to an August 29th court filing, the U.S. Court of Appeals Circuit Judge Rao ordered that Grayscale's petition for review be granted and for the SEC's order to deny the GBTC listing application to be vacated. Ultimately, Judge Rao said that the SEC did not offer any explanation as to why Grayscale was in the wrong. They didn't offer any explanation as to why they have not approved Grayscale's conversion to an ETF. So ultimately, this judge said that it doesn't guarantee that Bitcoin, that Grayscale is going to have a Bitcoin ETF approved. They might have to refile. It might not happen instantly, but there's been no real clear explanation as to why the SEC has outright denied it. There's just been nothing there. And this has been in the works for years. Grayscale has been trying to get it converted from a Grayscale Bitcoin Trust to an ETF for years, and there simply has been no major explanation. So we can see when we're looking at the technical indicators. I wanted to quickly interrupt today's video to bring you a word from our channel partner, Team Token. Team Token is a cutting-edge Web3 digital platform that uses the power of blockchain technology to offer sports fans a unique way to engage with their favorite sports. It's built on the Ethereum blockchain, and ultimately the way it works is Team Token allows you to buy their one-of-a-kind team NFTs, which ultimately enables you to share in the success of your favorite team. Team NFT is the first true sports utility NFT out there, and ultimately they offer ongoing rewards, increased fan engagement, there's scarcity because there's only 100 team NFTs minted per team, and there's a lot more. So the cool thing about Team Token is that not only can you buy a team NFT, but also you could participate in their pre-sale, which is launching on August 28th. This is a complete game changer, and the thing is the only way to purchase a team NFT is with Team Token. So over time, as more people want to buy these NFTs, it's just going to increase the value of Team Token. The project is definitely worth checking out, in my opinion, as they are having their pre-sale on August 28th. So if you're a sports fan and you want to engage with your favorite teams and continue to profit from sports in the crypto space, I think it's definitely worth checking out. So I'll put a link in the description and let me know your thoughts. That this is really exactly what we have been talking about over the last few weeks. Over the last few weeks and months, I've talked about a few key levels for Bitcoin. We had pointed out how Bitcoin was trading in between this $28,500 to $32,000 per coin range, and how we had to see a breakout either towards the upside or the downside. We never saw a breakout above this orange rectangle right there, so we did see a retracement back down to around that $25,000 per coin level. The good news is that we were just trading sideways for a few weeks. Nothing major had happened. Yes, we saw a bit of a correction, but other than that, we were in a bit of a zone where Bitcoin was just trading sideways and nothing happened. So as I talked about in our last video, we were gearing up for a major break either way. And luckily, what we have seen is that in the last 24 hours, this major catalyst was with Grayscale Bitcoin ETF and what's been going on with Grayscale and the SEC. So we did see a 5% rally in the day. So now that we have seen this bit of a rally, I want to see us get back above 28,500 so we can be back in this trading range, because right now the range that we're in is 25,000 to 28,500. So this is the catalyst that we've been waiting for. There's been countless news articles come out over the last few months in the last few weeks saying how Bitcoin trading volume was at its lowest level in more than 4 years. This is still the case. In August of 2023, we have seen record lows for Bitcoin trading volume. Bitcoin trading volume on all exchanges sat at 129,307 BTC on August 26. Earlier in the month, on August 12th, we saw a 4-year low of 112,317 BTC traded. That was the lowest level since 2018. So we have consistently seen low numbers in terms of trading volume, and that has been correlated to just why we've seen sideways movement and not a lot of volatility in the market. So the one thing that I've been talking about in our last video, in our last few videos as we've done market analysis, is that yes, Bitcoin trading volumes have been low, but usually when we see a bit of a lull in the market, that's about the time you want to be getting in, because that is right when you see a catalyst propel the market in either direction. So that is exactly what we saw today with Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. We saw that big catalyst, and now the question is this Grayscale win against the SEC going to be the catalyst we needed to see a massive rally in the market? I think the answer is yes, because if we see Grayscale Bitcoin Trust converted to an ETF, well, then we're going to see BlackRock get their ETF. We're going to see Fidelity get their ETF. And then we're going to see institutional money get into the market. So I think it is a very, very promising sign that we did see that lull for months in terms of trading volume, in terms of price movement, and now we have that one big catalyst with the SEC versus Grayscale and that win for Grayscale. So is this going to be the catalyst to then, trigger a snowball effect for a number of positive developments for crypto and ETFs? I think yes, but we don't know 100% for sure. But either way, I am buying because I am predicting and expecting us to see more bullish news in the coming weeks. In addition to just what's been going on with trading volume, I want to talk about what JPMorgan came out and said about Bitcoin and the crypto market. JPMorgan came out in a recent report and says that they see limited downside for crypto markets over the near term. Ultimately, what they said is that based on analysis of CME Bitcoin future positions, they said that it appears that the unwinding of long positions appears to be nearing its completion stage rather than being in its initial stages. Ultimately, they said that we've seen, corrections in the market, people's positions being liquidated, and it doesn't seem like this is the beginning of that stage. It seems like it was towards the end. And as a result of this, they said that they see limited downside for crypto markets over the near term. So this is something that is extremely bullish, because when you're starting to see institutions talk about, positive news for the crypto market, saying that there's limited downside, usually that's a pretty good sign, especially when you're talking about companies like JPMorgan and major banking institutions. So this is just another good sign. They're not saying that we're going to see a massive rally, but ultimately they're saying that in terms of technicals, it's not really going to get worse for crypto in the short term. Things are looking, like there is limited downside. So they're not saying massive rallies. They're just saying, if you're looking at buying, now could probably be a good time to get in. Last thing I do want to go over is going to be with Bitcoin, and last technical indicator is with the Bitcoin is in its longest bear market in history. And it's been this way for a few months now. So as of August 27th, Bitcoin has been in a bear market for right around 490 days. This is the longest in the entire history of Bitcoin. You can see that there was the first bear market of around 386 days, then of around 204 days, and then 37 days, and now 490 days. So it's been 490 days since Bitcoin has reached a new high. It reached a peak of around $69,000 per coin back in November of 2021, but since then we have not seen any major rally. So like I've talked about in terms of technicals, all of these things, in terms of trading volume being low, in terms of Bitcoin being in its longest bear market, in terms of just a few key levels for support and resistance that we've talked about, things are looking like they are on the verge of rallying for Bitcoin. As I talked about over the last few months, in order for us to really confirm a bullish outlook and a massive breakout, we need to see a weekly close above $32,000 per coin. So that is that key level where if we are to see that, that brings us into a very, very important range for Bitcoin where it's going to take us to all-time record highs. You can see that this acted as a key level of both support and resistance over the last few years, that $32,000 per coin level. So if we're able to break through that on the weekly charts, I'm expecting a very big, a very fast move to, $45,000, $50,000 per coin, because all of these technical indicators coupled with what's going on with Bitcoin ETFs, it's priming us to see some massive movements. So let me know your thoughts on the overall market, but it's clear, it's obvious that things have flipped for the better. Today, everything's up a massive 5 to 10%. Even Bitcoin, which usually is less volatile, is up 6%. So things are looking a lot better today. And despite everything going on recently, we finally have seen some good news.